Welcome to Review Diesel, guys. We are working our way through the 7.3 Powerstroke performance, economy, and workhorse packages. This video in particular is going to cover our Stage 2 workhorse package. This package deal I design around customers that are actually using their trucks. So you're driving to work every day, you're hauling a toolbox, maybe you got a welder on the back, maybe you're hauling a trailer, hauling livestock, hay, whatever. This package deal is built for you guys that are working your trucks every day. You need that extra power to get a heavy load moving. You need that extra power to get up over those mountains out west. I've towed in the Rocky Mountains for most of my life. I know exactly what each truck will do out there. Ford, Chevy, Dodge, I've been through them. And so this is a list of parts that I would use if I was in that situation. And I've sold this combination of parts many, many times over. Great luck with this, great reviews, great feedback from customers. So same with every power package that we're going to do, your stage 1 intake, tuner, and exhaust. Well, we still need the intake, tuner, and exhaust in stage 2. So we're going to do a hydro chip tuner. The reason I like the hydro chip tuner is because it's shift on the fly. You got your little buttons here to turn up horsepower or turn down horsepower. Little quick technical tip for guys that may have a Hydra and you've had issues with it. If you long hold these buttons, the chip has different functions. And so if you long hold the buttons, you'll put the chip into a different function. And it won't change power levels, or maybe it'll dim the screen or what have you. There's different weird things that each button does on a long hold. So when you're changing power levels, make sure you just boom, boom, boom. You don't need to press and hold. And it seems to be older customers that have problems with that more than the younger crowd. I don't know why that is, but quick press of the button, change power levels, you're off to the races. You don't need to press and long hold those buttons, but this thing will hold 15 power levels for you. So I personally have 40 horse tow, 60 horse daily driver, and 80 horse performance on my 97 OBS. I've left it on the 80 horse setting since we installed it. The only time I change it is if I'm going into like valet mode or whisper mode at a drive-through. That's really all I care about. I do have anti-theft mode, which kills the throttle pedal on it. So if I forgot the keys in the truck or something and I change it to setting 2, they can start it. It'll never move. It'll never drive. They won't go anywhere. So really cool features. And then with the Stage 2 performance package, I'm going to recommend a set of unlimited diesel Stage 1 injectors. This is where you really start getting fuel economy out of a 7.3 when you start modifying the fuel system. From the factory, the 7.3 has a very, very pathetic fuel system in the grand scheme of things. If you're comparing it to Ford or if you're comparing 7.3 Ford to like Dodge of the same era, it's enough to make it work, but it really leaves a lot to be desired, and there's a lot of horsepower left on the table because the factory low pressure fuel system is so pathetic. So upgrading injectors, you have to upgrade the fuel system. On the OBS trucks, I recommend doing the e-fuel system from Strictly Diesel, also known as Driven Diesel, banner behind me here. I need to order one of those kits. I've got one on my daughter's 6.0, their regulated return system, fuel bowl delete, super nice kit, really, really thorough. Dennis did a ton of research into the fuel systems on these trucks back in the day, and everything in that regulated return fuel system from Strictly Diesel is a work of art and a lot of science to back it up. So if you ever get a chance or you want to nerd out on fuel systems on 7.3s, go through and read some of Dennis's data and his papers that he's written. Tons of really great information in those write-ups that he did. So check that out. But we're going to do the Strictly Diesel e-fuel system on the OBSs because they have split tanks and Fast never put in the time to develop a system for that dual tank setup. On the 99 to 03 Super Duties, we're going to use the Strictly Diesel regulated return with fuel bowl delete and Fast provision, and we're going to throw a Fast on those newer trucks since they just have a single tank and it works just fine. Now, Stage 1 injectors, that's a lot of fuel for a stock turbo. You're going to have to upgrade the turbo. There's really no way around it. If you want the fuel economy that comes with the better atomization of an aftermarket injector, you're going to have to upgrade the turbo to keep up with it. You're going to get too much fuel with stage 1 injectors on a stock turbo, you're going to put unnecessary wear and tear on the factory turbo and probably cause it to fail sooner than later. So you're doing a lot of work in the engine bay when you go to install those injectors. Might as well slide a KC stage 1 turbo in there while you're at it. I'm sure your factory turbo's tired at this point anyways. Doing an upgraded turbo, you're not going to benefit as much from that turbo if you do not intercool your OBS at this point. So 99 to 03 guys, you could do a KC stage 1 with the stage 1 unlimited injectors, no problem. OBS guys, you're going to have to bite the bullet and buy a Banks intercooler kit. It's the nicest, most complete intercooler kit on the market. It comes with really nice jigs. I know there's a bunch of other intercooler kits that I've seen come through the shop over the years. I've seen guys hack and cobble things up and make a 6-liter intercooler work. The Banks intercooler kit is really nice. It's what's going in my OBS. I've got other options and things that I could do for cheaper. But for me, at the end of the day, I like the fit and finish. I like the cleanliness of it. It looks like it was something that was in there from the factory, other than the fact that it's powder coated. But get you a Banks intercooler kit and blow your transmission to kingdom come, because it's not going to hold up to a stage 1 turbo, stage 1 injectors, and an intercooler with custom tunes on that hydro chip tuner. You can get custom tunes for the hydro chip from a couple of different places. My #1 recommendation is going to be Brian Jellish at Jelly Built Performance. He does a great job custom tuning these 7.3s over here on the East Coast. My #1 recommendation, if you're on the West Coast, is going to be AA Designs, Andrew Arthur. You can find him on Instagram under AA Designs. Really good dude, really good tuner. He does a great job with the Power Hungry Performance Minotaur tuning software. Truck's going to run great if you get tunes from either one of those guys. There's other people offering custom tunes. You can get it whoever you want, but those are my 2 recommendations for East Coast, West Coast. And once you've got your custom tunes and injectors and turbos installed, if you're an automatic customer, you're going to want to get like a Suncoast Category 1 transmission upgrade. Comes with a triple disc torque converter, upgraded valve body, better clutches and steels, and really it's the least amount of transmission you can do and get away with it. You could do a Category 2 or a Stage 3, whatever, but I'm saying the Stage 1 is going to be what it's going to take to hold up to those injectors and that turbo. Manual transmission guys like myself, I have a South Bend dual disc in my truck. Way too much clutch for my current horsepower level, but I was planning ahead. I know that we're going to be doing a lot of upgrades with this channel on that truck. I want to own the parts that I'm recommending to you guys. I just feel like that's, if I'm going to tell you to buy this stuff and I don't run it myself, I feel like it's hypocritical. So all these things that I'm recommending, I've already sold in the past and we've installed them for customers. I'm going to start working my way through one of these power packages on my OBS, and then probably get rid of it, buy another OBS and do another power package, just to show you guys the versatility of the OBS 7.3. And then as far as Super Duty 7.3s, the parts are pretty much the same, different part numbers, same recommendation. You guys just get a fast instead of the e-fuel system from Strictly Diesel. So that covers our Stage 2 power package. That's going to be very reliable, very safe for daily driving, working, towing. Get you some EGT gauges. There's a bunch of different ways to do that. I've got an Edge Insight on my truck, so that's how I keep track of EGTs. I'm currently only running our Stage 1 performance package on my OBS. I'm slowly working my way up to the Stage 2, just acquiring parts, and we'll install everything at once. But yeah, get you some gauges, whether you do pillar gauges or you do an Insight, that's totally up to you guys. There's a ton of different options out there. You got auto meter, you got glow shift. I don't really like glow shift gauges. They're kind of chintzy, Chinese, but Autometer does a great job. They make beautiful gauges with tons of different options for backlighting. So hit us up in the comments if you got questions on gauges. I'd be happy to answer those. And then let us know if there's anything else you want to see us review that we haven't covered yet. And like, subscribe, and comment away. We love interaction. Post engagement is the best thing that you can do for us to help us grow this channel. We appreciate you.